Hi everybody, and welcome to another part of the JavaScript tutorials. In this part we're going to talk about callbacks. Callbacks in JavaScript are functions that are passed as arguments to other functions and are executed after the completion of the parent function. In simpler terms, a callback function is a function that is called after another function has finished executing. So in this part we're going to cover some examples, and we're going to see how a callback works. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just about a function within a function, and the fact that how we execute a function from within another function. So here the first example that we're going to cover is this array of numbers from 1 to 4, and then we're going to double them inside another function using the map function. So the first function that is going to be executed is map, and then the function inside of it is this function that is going to double the numbers of this array. So let's run this by the live server and see how it works. So first of all, these are just some HTML codes that we're not going to work with it right now in this example, but we're going to hit the console, and as you can see, the numbers are doubled. So here what happens is that we have an array of 4 numbers, and then the numbers are doubled, and so a function is executed inside of another function. The other example, let me comment this part first. The other example is the set timeout. Set timeout is just the same as delay, so it creates a kind of a delay, and afterwards the function is going to work. So the first function that is executed first is the set timeout, and the second one is the function inside of it, which will console.log hello world. So 1000 here is in the unit of milliseconds. So 1 second, it takes 1 second for hello world to appear on the console. So first of all, let's make this smaller, and also we've run this code as live server. So if I save this code, I'll just let's go live first. There we go, and inspect the elements. So here, because it has taken some time for this, let's make this 6000 to take 6 seconds, and then after that time we will be able to see hello world on the console. So as you can see, it has appeared. So this is another kind of a callback, which is set timeout, and there's a function inside of this set timeout which will be executed after the time we've set here and after the delay, which is the function of the set timeout. So let us also comment this function, and let's get into the main function related to this HTML code. So here we've got the add event listener, which we are familiar with from the previous parts of our tutorial. The add event listener is the function which will activate another function. So we've got a callback instead of the add event listener, which will be activated right after the event is activated, which is here click. So we've defined a button here instead of our HTML code, and then after the activation of the click, we have the activation of the function. So first of all, the add event listener needs to be executed, which is going to detect the click, and afterwards this function will happen. So if I save this code and make the window smaller, and now click here, you'll be able to see the alert is shown to the user, button clicked, which is just the same as the function we have inside of the add event listener. So as you can see, it's very easy to work with the callbacks. This is just a function within another function and some kind of an asynchronous event. But notice that these days callbacks are not very much handy, because we have promises and async await, which we're going to cover in the next part of our tutorials. So that's it for this part of the JavaScript tutorial about callbacks, and in the next parts we're going to cover async and async await and also promises.